We've thrown a lot at them in 6 practices. They got a lot to learn. They're young kids, swimming a little bit, but Colin Hill is our freshman, and he's shown signs and potential of being a really good player down the road. It's going to be just how quickly can he pick things up.
What about your returning guys, like Nick Gibson and those guys? Where do they kind of factor in?
They're playing more relaxed right now. They understand the offense. They understand the installs. They know exactly what they're doing, and they're operating at a higher level right now because the background that they have and the knowledge they have enables them to just go out and react and not have to think about anything.
How much was last year's, what Ayers did in November, how much of that confidence did he carry over to training camp?
A lot. He's a very confident player, a very determined player. Vic Ballard was a determined runner. And Ayers is kind of the same way, a determined runner.
How different is it for you last year? Because in training camp you went into kind of like the quarterback situation. It was kind of you didn't have a determined number one guy. And I know you want your guys fighting for reps, but for Ayers to kind of come in with that number one title, so to speak, dude, how different is that for you in training camp this year?
Well, it's different because, Ayers works hard. He's going to go out and he's going to give you everything he's got. He was that way in high school. He's been that way since he's gotten here. So he's a guy that's dependable, accountable, and again, we as coaches know we can count on him to show up every day and be ready to go to work.
When did you see that light come on for him last year? Was it before November?
It was before, probably after the BYU game. He started taking steps forward. And he always mentioned, he started putting in more time studying his plays. And again, when you know what you're doing, you can react and you'll play faster without thinking.
Alec, Dontavian, and Nick really didn't get a whole lot of game carries. How do you get those guys prepared for more of a workload this year?
And it's a competition right now, so they're competing. Those 3 are getting a lot of reps in practice, and so they're in that competition mode where they got to try to find their way into that depth chart.
You mentioned Kylan, and he's got all those guys and things that have a little bit of experience on him and stuff. Is that kind of a motivating factor for a young kid, or does that kind of discourage him maybe a little bit to know I've got all these older guys in front of me? What do you do to pull him up and help him to get the things done that you want him to get done?
They help him. Our players help him. Our players are family, and they treat him like a little brother. So they help him along. In meetings, they help him. Out there on the field, they help him. There's a lot of things that, again, for a true freshman, he's trying to gather the terminology, and trying to understand it. But when you're going fast, all right, at a high tempo, it doesn't always sink. And so they'll tell him, they'll yell at him, they'll tell him, hey, do that, blah, 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 get lined up, do this. They'll help him. He's going through that learning curve right now, that phase of it. And so eventually he'll get it. But right now it's just kind of overwhelming at the speed of it and the signals and everything that we use. He's learning on-the-job training right now. He's getting a lot of it.
What made him so attractive to you as a prospect? Why did you want him?
Size and speed. He's got great size, got good speed, power. He can run the ball at low pad level. He can break a tackle. He's going to be a really good player.
What did Nick's spring game really do for his confidence to have some success out there on that field?
Nick is a lot more confident now. He's a lot more relaxed back there in the backfield. Does less thinking and more reacting, which is good for him. And that's kind of the phase he needed to get himself into, get out of thinking and start reacting. And I think he's gotten a lot better mentally from between the end of spring and the beginning of fall practice.
How much ahead of the curve is Colin because he came in physically ready?
Physically ready, that helps. Mentally, he's still got a long way to go. But physically, that helps.
You look at Williams and the way his yards per carry go up the more and more carries he gets. What kind of, comfort does that give you knowing you can give him 20 carries a game if he needs it?
Oh, that's a lot of comfort. We love having the guy carry the ball 20-plus times a game. That'd be a good deal, And we'll keep him in there, and we'll feed him as long as he can handle it because he's the guy right now.